very important lecture. It is all about your digestive system. It's about nutritional processing. It is about how the food you eat affects your body. It affects your health. That sound really interesting?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Not even to me it doesn't.
It sounds honest.
In other words, this lecture is about how your food turns to poop.
Cool!
Okay. When you think about it, food goes in your mouth. You chew it, you eat it, and then sometime later you have to go to the bathroom. All right? Something happens in your body, right? We're going to learn about that today. We're not going to learn all about it because then we'd be here for another 5 hours. We're going to learn enough about it that you guys can then go online when you want and Google it and find out more information about how your food turns to poop. So let's begin with a little car shopping. You guys like cars?
No. I like dashing into cars and shooting cars.
Oh, okay. All right.
I like blowing up.
Okay, guys. Shh. Focus. What about this car?
I can't see it.
All right.
What is it, guys?
There. Is that a better angle? Well,
Yeah, that's better.
are you guys at a good angle to see it?
I can't
Sonia, maybe you need to move where you're sitting then.
It looks like that.
I know. Okay, that's a Rolls Royce. Nice, huh? How about a Ferrari? Yeah, looks like a Bumblebee. So here's the question. You're going to get a car like that, cost maybe more money than I earned in 2 or 3 years. What kind of fuel are you going to put in? You're going to put in like jet fuel?
Yes!
Or what about like high octane fuel that's just really, really good?
Oh!
Okay, what about cheap low octane fuel that have a little water in it? What about cheap gas mixed with water that maybe... how about fry oil and sugar? Ferrari?
Yes!
What would happen if you
It would explode!
Exactly. Your car would not run very well, would it? Which of these would make your car run the best? Okay, sure. Cars are complex and delicate machines. They are. They are very complicated. They're very delicate. It takes very little to make a car break down. You got to take care of it. And you know what? So are you.
You mean
Focus on me. Focus on me.
Listen,
you can
guys.
destroy the entire car?
It could. It could. It could. And you are also a very delicate machine. You're like really sturdy because you guys are really strong. But at the same time, you guys get sick. You can get injured. So, what happens when you eat bad fuel?
Fuel!
I know.
Why would somebody eat fuel? Who would want to drink fuel?
Fuel is food. What's fuel for you?
Daniel, answer the question.
Hey Daniel, take a look at this guy. That's what happens when you eat bad fuel.
He's in his underwear.
Yes, he is. Yeah, look at that.
I didn't get to
I
see
know.
it.
I totally agree with you. That's just like, ew.
I didn't see it.
Excuse me.
Here, let's go back. Can you see that, Daniel?
No, is he in his underwear?
Okay, guys,
weird.
you two right
Stand up.
there. Wait, these two boys, I know you all
stand up like
separated.
this.
You go over there.
Sit
Okay?
down.
Thank you.
All right, wait. This one, come over here with me.
Yes.
Here, Ben. Oh, you can sit right here, buddy.
Silly.
You mean he's like this fat?
Yeah, not so good.
Ew.
I know. Do you want to be that way?
No.
No, I totally agree with you. That's just like not healthy. And think about this. This is what you'll become.
It's like there's a balloon in his stomach. I think he does.
This guy, sit down.
It looks like unicorn in it.
This guy is in such bad shape, he can't even stay awake. And look at that. just got a little picture of what happens when you do not take care of your body. This is what happens when you put bad fuel in your body, okay?
Now what if you have good fuel?
Well, we're going to get to that. So what does this have to do with you guys? What you eat makes you what you are. When we get to the question phase, you can answer. Okay? Think about this. The food you eat gives you the energy to either be that way or to be healthy and energetic. Calcium and vitamin D make your bones grow.
Right. Hey, I'm going to break the rules and ask a question. You said vitamin D. Where do we get vitamin D from? Did
Orange
you guys
juice.
know? Orange juice, right? What about you, Andrew?
The sun.
Exactly.
Right, guys.
You need to spend time outdoors every day playing, or your bones don't grow as well. And just so you know, I'm breaking my rule here. There is an increasing number of teenagers and people in their 20s who are breaking their bones skateboarding and the like because they're already getting osteoporosis at that young age because instead of drinking milk and going outside in the sun, they're drinking sodas and staying inside playing computer games.
Ooh.
So the result is people who are in their teens, like in high school, or people in their 20s, have the teeth and the bones of people in their 50s through their 80s. And you cannot go back and fix that. Once it's done, it's done. Okay, vitamin C oxygenates your blood and lowers your blood pressure. So you know when you breathe in your lungs?
Listen, look, breathe.
Right.
Breathe.
If you do not breathe deeply, after a while you get lightheaded because you don't have enough air in your body. Well, air goes into all of your cells, okay? And vitamin C gets in your blood. When you eat vitamin C, it helps get oxygen in your blood. It gets transported all through your body. Because every single cell in your body needs to breathe, not just your lungs. Vitamin B makes you happy, and it keeps your hair healthy. If you're feeling depressed and you take a little vitamin B, it helps perk you up. And one way to know if you need more vitamin B, if you get chapped lips, that's a sign that you need more vitamin B.
Really?
Yeah, chapstick, but vitamin B helps keep your lips moist. Vitamin A helps you see in the dark.
Ooh.
Why do you see in the dark?
Right? Vitamin E helps your cuts and bruises heal.
I have lots of vitamin. Where do you get vitamin D from?
Well, we're going to get to this in a second, okay? Vitamin K helps your blood clot. So if you get cut, and it's like bleeding and bleeding and bleeding till all the blood leaves your body, and you die, that means you didn't take enough vitamin K.
Wait, you get tiny scratches.
There are some people, hemophiliacs, that happens. Iron helps make your blood in the first place. Without iron, you don't have as good blood. So, you've been asking some good questions. Where do you find this stuff? Where do you find these vitamins?
Vegetables, healthy food.
Where do you find them?
Healthy food.
Right, healthy food. That is even better than my answer.
Like almond joy.
Oh.
Almonds.
Okay.
Almonds.
You have a great sense of humor, but today let's keep it serious, okay? All right? I want to hear what kind of statements you make when instead of trying to be funny, you really think about this and give me your well-thought statements, okay? But actually, vitamin A I'm spacing on right now. Sorry, too much running around today.
Thank you.
Okay,
Listen.
look.
Listen,
Strong
guys. What's
people
that?
eat healthful food. This just is a little picture to show you when you're eating food, it's not just to fill your tummy. It also makes your muscles and your bones and your cartilage and your eyes and your hair. It affects your whole body. That's what the food does. And now we're going to talk about, okay, questions. Who's got questions? Andrew, I knew you'd have what?
If you're eating stuff like this candy, like these honey bars, and then this like candy with nuts in it or something. If you ate the honey bar and the candy, what would happen?
Well, you would get a lot of sugar in your system. And we're actually going to talk about that in just a second. Exactly. Not too good for you, but we're going to talk about that in just a second.
There's a question there.
If you drink blood, would it go back into your bloodstream?
Yes and no. Think about this. Cows are considered like a great source of protein. You know, you eat beef, it's high in protein, high in iron. Do cows eat beef?
No.
No.
That was them being cannibal.
Right, what do cows eat? Exactly. So the food that you eat gets broken down into its chemical components, and then your body takes that and recreates it. It's sort of like if you're baking a cake. So you start out with flour and baking soda and vanilla and sugar and stuff. You mix it all together, you bake it, and then you get a cake at the end. If you look at all these things at the beginning, you're not going to think, oh, look, a cake. You think, oh, baking soda. Well, if you drink blood, some of it will actually go in your system and become blood, because there's a lot of the stuff in there your body wants for blood because it's blood. But some of it will actually turn into other things, and a lot of it you're not going to use at all. It's just like whatever. And yes.
So like when you drink blood, and then
We can talk about
and then
this.
when you pee, what do you?
Okay, you know what?
Pee?
Guys, I want questions that are actually about this, not questions to show how funny you are.
Think about your questions.
One time, my friend.
Boys, quiet, yes.
One time, my friend, tasted red cells on his blood to see if it was blood.
Okay, so we're not going to talk anymore about blood right now, because that's not about digestion. Guys, let's keep the question, because seriously, I'm going to keep you here till we're done with this lecture. And if it takes 5 hours, you might not like me at the end of it, but you'll finally be allowed to leave. So, yes.
What happens if you get too much vitamin D and calcium and your bones get too big?
That is an excellent question. There are two types of vitamins that most people consume. One is called food-based vitamins, and one is called chemically derived vitamins. Now I'm going to get to you. Chemically derived vitamins are if you go to the grocery store and you buy vitamins that were produced in a factory and they're not made from food, they're like a chemical laboratory, and your body doesn't always recognize those as food. And so it doesn't really know what to do with it. Some of it will utilize, but it doesn't use all of it. The best vitamins to get are food-based, which means they take actual food, they dehydrate it, and then they put it together into vitamins. And when you get those, they're bigger than the other vitamins, so a lot of kids don't like them. But your body then goes, oh, look, it's food, and it eats all of it. Now, if you are taking food-based vitamins, or if you're eating food or drinking milk, your body will take what it needs, and then it will just send the rest away.
In
your poop. And pee, that's right. So, no. So, that is an excellent question, but you will not consume, if you're getting your vitamins from natural food-based vitamins or from food, you will not consume too much. Unless you have some sort of health issue that, but then, you and your doctor are working it out. Okay, we're going to move on now. Okay, how do we digest food? All right, guys? Okay, come on. Because the poop pictures are at the end. All right, so you want to get through this stuff. Okay, how long does it take from when the food goes into your mouth till it comes out?
Here's right here. Wait,
Yes.
Tasman has one, and
About
this boy.
5 hours.
Tasman?
1 hour, but it takes 20 minutes for you to feel it in your stomach.
Wow.
Interesting, yes.
Couple days.
There you go. It depends actually on the person, your digestive tract, and the food that you're eating. Because every single body is different. But usually it takes a couple of days altogether. 1 second. Now, if you're drinking liquid, like within an hour, you'll have to pee. But when it comes to solid food going all the way through, it usually takes a couple of days. All right? Real quick, and then no more questions so we get to the next question point. Yes?
I'm just asking this, what if you work on stage?
That is a great question, and we're going to get to that. I have a whole constipation section. Yes.
Focus.
Okay, so here's the other thing we're going to talk about. How does our body get the nutrition it wants? How do you get the vitamins out of the food? How does food give us energy? You know how sometimes you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I need to eat something or I'm going to die, I want to take a nap, I have a headache, and then you eat something, you're like, okay, I feel fine now, let's go play soccer. You guys know that, what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually do that when I'm swimming.
There you go, exactly. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how does food give us energy. We're going to talk about how does food make us overweight, like those pictures we saw, and how can food help us to manage our energy levels and our health needs. Meaning, how can you use food to do for you what you want it to do? Because food is a tool, and like any tool, you can make it do for you what you want. Food isn't the boss of you, you're the boss of your food. Okay, and you thought all food was all about tasting good, and oh, I'm hungry, I need to fill my stomach, and getting candy and popcorn. You thought food was all about that stuff, right?
No. Not the last one.
It is a little bit, but food is also a tool that you can use. What your parents make you eat, even though you don't want to, even though you never tried it before, and you know just by looking at it that it's yucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we all of that.
Yeah, Xander and I deal with that issue a lot. So this is a digestive system. And guys, I want you to look at this. This I really wish we had projected. But I'm going to sort of point to myself a little bit too. So you have some food you want to eat. The food goes in your mouth. Let's not make any faces. That's not polite to me. Really? I'm sorry. Okay, food goes in your mouth. And you use your teeth to chew it. And the saliva in your mouth, it's not just for spitting. That's also to help break the food down. All right? So you chew and chew and chew. And then your mouth's goal, you may not realize that your mouth's goal is for you to chew your food as much as you can to get it as mushy as possible before you swallow it. That's why it's really uncomfortable to swallow like a big chunk of meat. It's more comfortable to swallow something after you chewed it for a while. And your throat lets you know, okay, I'm ready for the food to come down me now because it's kind of chewed up a lot. So the food goes down, you break it down, that's the esophagus and the sphincter, into your stomach. The stomach, your stomach is kind of hollow, right? It's sort of like a balloon. The stomach itself is a muscle, okay? And it's filled with digestive acids, all right? Digestive acids. These digestive acids surround the food that you just ate, and your stomach kind of presses against it and tries to grind it up. Your stomach's goal is to make that food as liquidy as possible. No, not now. As liquidy as possible before it goes traveling into your digestive tract. So if you eat a big full meal, it's not going to send all that food at once. It's not going to like press it all, get acid on it and melt it, and then send it all at once. It will send it as soon as it has a little bit that's like broken down and gotten kind of gushy and liquidy, it will send it into the digestive tract. That's why, that's why if you eat a meal that's really, really hearty, like a really good solid dinner of, you know, steak and brown rice and some vegetables, you'll feel full for a really, really long time. But if you fill your stomach with the same amount of food that's like light and fluffy, like ice cream and cake, you'll feel really full for a little while, but it will turn into mush quickly and be on its way. So then, like 20 minutes later, you're like, I'm hungry. Which is why, when I said how long does it take to digest food, 20 minutes is sometimes how long it takes your food to really process it, or a few hours, depending on what you put in it, and then a few days to go all through. So when the food leaves your stomach and it goes into your digestive tract, which here we have the stomach, and then it goes into the intestines, and you got the large and the small intestines from the stomach here, and the liver takes all the toxins and deals with those. When it goes through, you got like something like 20 million miles of intestines in your stomach. And I don't mean that literally, but they are long. You got a lot of intestines. One moment, no questions now. And as the food goes through your intestines, it's pulling the energy, which is the calories, and the nutrients out at different places in your intestines and sends them off to the parts of your body where they need to go so you can function. All right? Now this is really important because the food you eat is what your intestines has to then build your body, to make you either a skinny little weak kid or a big strong guy or a fat guy or whatever. All of this comes from what you give your body to work with. All right? And then, guys, and then at the end of it all, whatever's left over becomes what?
Blood.
Poop. Exactly. Exactly.
Miss Benita,
Yes.
can wait just a real second. Can I have all the boys stand up?
Let's all stand up for a second.
All right, I want you, and she's going to help you. We're going to start. Every one of you guys, take your finger. Daniel, come back. No,
Yeah, now you're
stand
going to
back.
point to yourselves,
Now,
okay?
we're going to start. Where does it start? Right here. You start with what is this, Miss Benita?
What's this part here?
Your mouth.
Mouth and
Teeth.
and what's the wet stuff in your mouth? Saliva.
All right.
That's right.
So then we start, it goes down. What's this called, guys?
Esophagus.
That's right.
Right, Tasman. Okay, so we're traveling along here. So where, guys, is your tummy, Daniel? Okay, where's your tummy? Come here.
Right here.
No, is your tummy really there? Is it up higher or down?
Right there.
Where, guys? Put your hand on it. Is it up here, Miss Benita?
It's right here.
Right there.
People think, oh, my
I
stomach
thought
is so
my tummy
full.
was
No.
here.
No.
It's up here.
It's
Okay.
up here. It's right above
How
your
did you do that?
intestines.
You thought it was right.
I always thought my tummy was down there because that's what
Inside your rib cage.
It's right under your rib cage. Your lungs are under your rib cage, like under the bones, but then at the bottom of your rib cage, where your rib cage separates out, you got your
Sam.
stomach. That's why when you Heimlich people, you Heimlich them
Okay, so
here
now,
between the stomach and the lungs.
okay, so now you got your hand on your tummy. Now where are your intestines? Where, guys? Down here. And where's your small intestine? Is it here or here?
It's here, and then the large intestine is kind of around it.
Right, and then the poop goes down that way, guys.
Exactly.
All right, sit down.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. But because I have a quiz for you guys, okay? Who likes
sit right
taking
here.
tests? Okay, guys. Good for you. Okay. So that first we're going to talk about fiber, and then we'll do the quiz. Yes, Mom.
I thought there was about that balloon part when you were saying
The
our
stomach.
stomach is like a balloon. Do you actually mean that, like, if we get a needle and stick it in, then
No.
we will go like, why?
Okay, Mom. Funny questions can wait till later. Let's have questions about actually what's happening. Because you guys are so smart. I know that when you give me questions, when you really think about things and you give questions about what we're talking about, you give me brilliant questions. And I'd rather your brilliance go to that than showing how funny you are. Because I know all of you guys, and I really know how funny you can be. But we don't need that today, okay? Just so you all have the funny, like, I know that. Get the credit for that. Okay, so fiber, you guys are asking about constipation.
okay? Thank you.
Fiber is your gut's best friend. It helps move the food through your intestines by absorbing water, okay? Now, you know how when the food is in your mouth, you have the saliva? Because, like, if, like, you guys, you ever take, try to wash your hands without water? It doesn't really work very well, right? Because you're just rubbing dry dirt in your hands, like if your hands are dirty. But you put water and rub your hands together and all the dirt goes away, right? So water, liquid is really, really important. And when you take when you're chewing, the reason you have saliva is to help make the food move. Fiber, and we're going to talk more about fiber in a second, absorbs water and that helps the food move through your intestines. Fiber also keeps your gut walls clean. Okay, one second. Not quite ready yet. Think about this. I talked about your intestines. You have a long line of gut in your stomach, and all the food goes through it. So you guys, have you ever seen when your parents need to like roto-rooter a drain in your house? Like when a kitchen sink or the bathtub gets clogged up and you need to snake it, or they put liquid plumber in it and there's all this black stuff that comes up because it's been caking inside and it's all clogged. Well, your guts are your plumbing. And you are the only ones who can keep your plumbing from getting all nasty and clogged up. So when you eat food, that food is going through your intestines, which is basically like a tube. It's like a pipe, right? So if you eat a bunch of gooey, gummy food that's all nasty and sticky, food that has no fiber, it's actually going to coat the inside of your intestines. Now when the food goes through your intestines, you know, like it's a pipe. You know, it's a tube, and the food goes through it. The intestinal wall is where all the nutrients are being absorbed out into your body. If you put a lot of gooey food like cake and candy and stuff, and it coats the intestinal wall, the vitamins and nutrients get stuck. They cannot go through the intestinal wall to go out and help your body.
So Miss Anita, all the Halloween candy, what's the Halloween candy doing?
All it does is stop you from absorbing nutrition.
Okay, guys, so you got to throw away all the Halloween candy.
No way, Jose.
Hold on. We will talk about the Halloween candy situation, but we do not have to throw it away.
Yay.
Okay, hold on.
All right,
Now,
so let's
listen. When you eat fiber, okay, fiber is rough stuff, and it goes through your intestines, and it scrapes up against your intestinal wall and cleans it. It scrubs it. It's like one of those little scrubby pads on when your mom and dad are washing dishes on the inside of your intestinal walls. Keeps them nice and clean and healthy so they can absorb nutrients. The other thing is, if your intestines are all clogged up, the hole where the food can get through gets smaller and smaller. And then you get constipated because the food can't get through your gut. It goes through really, really slowly, and it's really bad. And that's how people get fat, because then they keep eating, and it gets stuck in their gut, and they get fatter and fatter and fatter.
They explode?
I've never really seen that happen. I've just seen them get so fat that all they do is lie in bed because they have no energy to even get out of bed.
I will do that.
Do not do that. It's very unhealthy. So, if you eat fiber, it helps the food go through your gut better, and it keeps the intestinal walls clean, which is really good. And fiber helps you poop. If you are constipated and you eat fiber, you will find that you're not so constipated anymore. When I used to work with, now I'm just saying anyone. When I used to work with athletes on their diet, I would always tell them your goal is to have big puffy poops. If what you eat gives you big puffy poops, then you're eating right. If what you eat gives you anything else, you need to think about your diet and how you're going to change it, because you're not getting the energy you need to do the athletics that you're doing.
Miss Anita, can we have a question? And the question I want to raise to the boys, look at me please, boys.
Well, I'm not taking questions just now yet.
No. What do you think, boys, are fiber? What is fiber that will help us clean out? Andrew, I know you know, but I'd like someone else.
Actually, we're getting to that. We're getting that next.
Excellent. So think about it.
Here, look, this is the rule about gut health. You see, I told you about the gut here? And you see how good this looks? This is someone who did not eat well, and what happened was their intestines got a little clogged in. But here's another thing, it's called diverticulitis, which is when you do not, what happens if you don't exercise? You like lose your muscle, right? Right. You lose your, hold on honey, hold on. You lose your muscle. Well, if you're not eating food that's high in fiber, your intestines lose their muscle. Not only are they out of shape, but they become weak and flabby, and then when you eat food, it can actually poke holes in your intestines or get stuck in them because it's too soft and gooey. It's not strong enough to keep the food where it needs to be. I know. I know. There are many people who have it called diverticulitis, and it's a very unpleasant. Yeah, people have diverticulitis.
Do you have to get it removed?
Well, no, what you have to do is really watch your diet very, very carefully, because it's very uncomfortable. When you get diverticulitis, then when you eat food, what it can do is make your abdomen puff up and get all gassy. When you get gassy, you know what happens. Exactly. It's really uncomfortable having all that stuff in your gut. I mean, that's enough. It's really uncomfortable to your body. It makes you feel really, really bad, and no one wants to be around you.
So it's like when you walk.
It makes your gut hurt a lot. All right? So, where is fiber? It's in seeds and whole grains. Who knows what a whole grain is?
Hey, fiber, guys, this is important. Let's listen.
Wheat or barley or rye.
Exactly. Whole wheat, barley, rye.
I mean, not Cheerios, and Cheerios is cereal stuff.
There are some cereals that are high in fiber, and if you look on the nutritional account on the side, you can see it. Yes? Yes. Yes.
Your body's full of water.
Your body's full. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's true.
It's 75%.
Well, some cereals, they aren't very healthy, and they don't have much grains in them and stuff. Because
That's true. Some cereals are low in grain. So, fiber is also in fruit. Who likes to eat fruit? Fruit! Come on, you gotta like fruit. Fruit's awesome. Okay. And it's also in vegetables. Okay. Now listen. Generally, the more raw the fruit or the vegetable, the better. Okay? Because when you cook it, it makes it more soft and mushy, so you're breaking down the fiber. So the more you cook your fruits and vegetables, or if they're canned, the more broken down they already are, the less fiber there is. Well, again, I mean, carrots and beans, things like that, when you eat them, hold on a second. When you eat them, if they're raw, they're not going to break down all the way, and then when you poop, you'll see part of it, because it didn't break down. But that means it has more of the roughage that cleans your guts. So even if you didn't, it's always a balance between cooking it and not cooking it, but the goal is, again, if you have big puffy poops, you're pretty solid, so to speak. Okay, there's two types of fiber. There's what's called soluble and insoluble. Soluble fiber is like, you'll find it in strawberries, fruits that are more watery. It's a part of the fiber that turns into kind of a gooey liquid. And no, but that helps. It's like saliva. No, it doesn't happen in your mouth unless it's okra. It happens in your gut.
Okay.
So
That's
just
better.
like the saliva, it turns into saliva in your gut, and it helps the food move. Because, I mean, you know what it's like to have dry mouth, and then you eat something, like if you eat a cracker, it's really hard to, if you get your mouth full of cracker, and then you try to swallow, it's really hard, and then you choke and you cough all over people.
I piece of spaghetti and I was gonna.
Okay. Yeah, we're not talking about Heimlichen here today, but yeah, I'm glad you survived that. Insoluble fiber is the part that's like rough grains, and it absorbs some liquid, but it scrapes your guts and helps keep all the food going. Both types of fiber are good. You usually find both working together in your food. Like an apple will have both. Celery has both. So that's why they're both good to have. So let's talk a little bit about an apple. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Okay. If you eat an apple, like a golden delicious apple, you chew it, it takes a while to chew, all right? And then you swallow it, it's gonna be in your stomach for a while before your stomach can break it down. And then it sends it down slowly into your gut, and your gut has a lot of time to try to break it down further. It gives you soluble and insoluble fiber, gives you lots of nutrients, micronutrients, vitamins. It is really, really good for you, and it's very good for your poop. Now, when you eat a canned apple or applesauce, it's already broken down a little bit, right? But you still get, so it goes through your system quicker. You know, it's, you put applesauce in your mouth, it's down your throat like that, right? Gets to your stomach, it's into your gut like that. It goes through a lot quicker, but you still get the micro and macronutrients and the vitamins from it. A little bit broken down from cooking, but that's okay.
I don't
Um,
like I don't like.
Yes.
I don't like apple. I don't like. I can't.
You don't like applesauce, but you can hold that comment.
Okay, that's okay. You know, the same is for pears, peaches, whatever. Pick any fruits.
I like orange.
Okay, so the same is good. Now, if you have like a candied apple, okay, you still got the same raw apple. That's going to do all the things for you it was. But instead of being, I think the last one is something like 28 calories for the apple. Instead of that, it goes up to like 215 calories. Whoa. You got a lot of sugar in there. That's all the sugar that makes the calories go up. When you eat the candied apple, you have to chew it a little longer because all that sugar is like sticking to your teeth like toffee. It will give you a little more of an energy boost because you're getting that sugar rush, but not as much as if you just ate candy because the sugar is being mixed with the apple in your system. So it's like halfway between eating candy and eating an apple with whatever sugar rush you get. All right? But it still goes through your gut over a slow period of time because the sugar is mixed in with the apple in the digestive process. All right? So it's more calories, more sugar, but it's still pretty good for you. All right? Oh, now let's talk about an apple pie. Now you went up to about 280 calories a serving, and you have the apple. The apple's cooked. What did I say about the cooked apple?
It's not as good.
Well, it's already broken down a little bit, so the fiber is already broken down. It's got a lot of flour and sugar and butter and a lot of other stuff, a lot of filler, a lot of fat. And so you're going to eat it. Your body's going to, as soon as you chew it like a couple of times and you can swallow it. It gets into your stomach goes, oh, okay, here, yeah, I'm done, send it away, right, to the intestine. And it goes through your system much quicker. Because it's going through your system, you guys stop. Because it's going through your system quicker, your gut will not be able to pull as much of the nutrients out of it as it could the raw apple because it's going through really fast, all right? It's like trying to shake hands all the way down the line of people when you're shaking hands, but you're running. You're just like, hi, I'll wave to you as I run past. That's the same with the apple pie. So then, here's a girl, she's eating an apple, and as we said, it's going to go down into her stomach, and then down into all of that digestive tract, through the small intestines, the large intestines, to become waste. So the point is, how fast will it go? The raw apple, nice and slow, get a lot of nutrients. The apple pie, pretty fast. And then, let's talk about like Twinkies, cupcakes. When you eat a Twinkie, how much nutritional value is in that Twinkie? None. Not really, because it's all artificially based and your body won't recognize it. That's where they trick you. They say, oh no, there's nutritional value here. No, it was created from chemicals. Your body doesn't even acknowledge it. It's like if you only speak English and it walks up and speaking Russian to you. You're like, I don't know what you're saying. That's what your body says to the nutrients that are fortified in the Twinkie. It has, what, 300 calories?
80 fat.
Yes. So, right, now, and look at all these ingredients. How many ingredients in an apple?
A lot.
One ingredient in an apple. How many in a Twinkie?
A lot.
None of them are natural. Your body doesn't even know what they are, and it doesn't care. It just wants to get it out of you. It doesn't even like it. As soon as you put it in your mouth, what's it do? It turns to
Mush.
mush. Mush in your mouth. Or hopefully not poop in your mouth. Okay. Time's up. As soon as it goes in your mouth, it turns to mush. And then you swallow. You don't even need to chew it, right? You just go, swallow it. Goes right into your stomach. Your stomach's like, I don't need to do any work with this. Goes straight to the intestines, okay? It just rushes through your intestines. Okay, we're not going to talk about that because that's nasty. Okay, so when you eat a Twinkie, You are not exercising any of your internal muscles. You're not giving your body any nutrition. All you're going to do is put chemicals in your body and get a sugar rush. All right? And you're not going to get any good poops. It's poop. Yeah, got the small intestines.
Look at it standing up.
And then the large intestines, and then there you go.
Guys,
That's
that's
what
your
it looks
body.
like. Okay? Any questions?
Now's question time.
Question time. Okay, we're not going to talk about what poop tastes like. And I don't want any of you to try it to find out. Just so you know, it's nasty. Not that I know right firsthand experience.
What did you eat the poop?
You think
Teddy. Teddy.
not healthy food, or
What did you think?
when it turns to mush, or sometimes kind of dark.
Well, some people do throw up when they eat food like that. Or you just feel nauseous. You feel like, oh, God, there's something happening in me and I don't feel good. That happens sometimes. Yes, that's right. That's right. Oh, well,
It's a
here's
sugar and it's nutritious. Still the same.
That is an excellent question. It depends on the source of the fiber, how much sugar is in the bar. And some of those will have sugar listed under different names, so you have to look at like, and they're listed in order of quantity of ingredient. The lowest is.
Make sure George is filming.
And it also depends on what you're going for. When I worked in healthcare and senior care, sometimes we wanted a lot of sugar because we're trying to get them to gain weight or to have like a burst of energy. But yeah, exactly. I usually get some of the nutrition bars from like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or Kennedy's Natural Foods. They all have the ones that are loaded up on. Yeah, the granola bars are the ones with a lot of fruit, dried fruits and nuts. Those are great, but a lot of kids don't like to eat those. So in that case, just try to get the highest fiber and the lowest sugar you can, and exactly, you know, and what they're willing to eat. I mean, realistically, my son likes to eat noodles and butter. Yeah, I have the worst time getting around that. Yeah, but there are, if you want to see me after the lecture, I do have a few tips for you. Or any parents want tips after the lecture, I do have a few tips on
Yes,
how
we need to keep moving along. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the time.
Yes, okay. Now we know the first part of the digestive process. So why is the poop part so important? Yeah, let's talk about animal poop and what the animals eat. Okay, what do deer and elk eat? Okay, deer and elk eat a lot of grass and leaves. Okay, they also like to eat in the summertime a lot of nuts or a lot of fruits and berries when they can, and flowers. They go into your parents' gardens and eat everything in the garden in the summer. In general, this is what deer and elk poop looks like. Okay?
They eat dimes.
Well, no, that's a nickel to show the size of it. It's similar to goat and sheep poop. They're teeny tiny pellets. These are so tiny because these deer and elk, this is actually elk poop, ate a lot of grass. A lot of grass. So it's very, very, very high in soluble fiber and not much else. Yeah?
If you're in the wild, then you can.
Okay, again, we're not talking about eating poop, okay? This is the deer and poop variety. This is deer that ate a lot of grass. This is deer that also ate a lot of fruit and flowers. You see, it puffs up. So you know, by looking at this, that this deer had a more varied diet than this deer. This deer had a lot more soluble and insoluble fiber and a lot more health. Well, guys, sit down, please, so the people behind you can see. Okay, if you're going to sit up front, sit on your bottom. Thank you. All right, raccoons. You guys ever see a raccoon?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw every once.
All right, raccoons eat pretty similar to what people eat, okay? And you can tell what a raccoon eats by looking at its poop.
I saw a white panda.
Yes? Yes, down, give me your question.
I know why raccoons eat like people food because they kind of go in the dumpsters and eat.
That is true. That's true. In fact, raccoons are one of the few animals that have benefited from how many people live on the planet. But raccoons are what's called omnivores. They eat meat and they eat fruits and vegetables. They also eat insects and, I think I have that one on the next one. Oh, here, in the spring and summer, they eat mostly insects, worms, birds, and other animals, and fruit. Then in the late summer, they had nuts, like acorns and walnuts, which represent a rich calorie source because they're bulking up for the winter time. And then in the winter, they eat whatever they can get. And here is raccoon poop. Look at that. And you can see these raccoons eat a lot of fibrous stuff because you can see all this speckle in their poop.
I can tell.
That's raw fruits and vegetables and nuts that they eat.
And muscle.
No, that's
I think
not
it's
muscle.
nut. I think it's
Oh,
nuts.
gut muscle, right. If you eat a lot of raw fruits and vegetables and a lot of nuts, when you poop, you will be able to know how long it took you to digest that because you'll see bits of it. So if you eat like some raw carrots and raw nuts with your meal, then like 2 or 3, you check the time. Then when you poop it, you'll know how long it took you to eat that because you'll see little specks of orange and fruits and nuts in your poop. Okay? I know, that's a challenge that I give you. Look at your poop when you poop so you can see what you're eating. Okay, black bear. Bears are big, right?
Yeah.
So is their poop. Okay, what do bears eat? They're also omnivorous. They eat pretty similar to the raccoon, except they are big, and that's bear poop.
That's not very big.
Yeah, so you can see, compared to the size of the shovel, how big that poop is. That's a black bear poop.
That's like this big.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, a poop as big as your head.
Oh my.
I know. So, okay, you guys got questions? Are you wondering why I showed you animal poop?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Now you notice I didn't show you bird poop, I didn't show you fish poop, and just so you know, you can go, oh yes they do. You can go on the, one second. You can go on the internet and Google, okay, one second, let me finish my answer. You can go on the internet and Google animal poop plus pictures, and you can find pictures of all kinds of animal poop. And you can find out what they ate that makes them poop that way. The reason I showed these animals is these animals don't eat Twinkies, they don't eat McDonald's, they don't eat junk food, and you see they have really, really healthy poop.
Okay,
All right, guys?
we've got questions, but we're going to have to speed it along. So
Okay.
make the questions matter real quick. Taz,
Yeah, because we're running into
yeah, we're
almost
running
an
out
hour.
because we got to move along quick.
I've never eaten a Twinkie and I've never been to McDonald's.
Well,
Okay,
good for
that's a
you.
statement.
Good for you. Okay, guys, we're going to hold questions for now because we want to get through this, and we'll do questions afterwards. You can come up to me and ask questions, okay?
All right, ready?
So we're going to talk real quick about fast food. Okay, like who here likes Lunchables? Okay, I'm going to tell you something about Lunchables. The cheese is not made from very much milk at all. It's made mostly from chemicals. The crackers are made from the cheapest white flour and pretty much nothing else. And the meat is slimy for a reason. When it starts breaking down, when the bacteria goes in and starts breaking it all down, it turns slimy. So what you're eating is food that's going rotten, cheese that's mostly chemicals, and white flour. Lunchables are nasty, just so you know, and they are not, they may taste good, but your body, when you put it in your body goes, this is nasty. I don't like it at all, and you will not get any nutritional value. You'll be like that guy in the first picture with the big stomach.
Oh no.
Exactly. So, do you see any fiber in this picture?
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to tell you guys,
Mashed
there's
potatoes.
no mashed potatoes, no fiber. Chicken, no fiber. That's all protein and fat. No fiber in a biscuit. That's all like white bread. There is a teeny, teeny, tiny cup of coleslaw, which is a little bit of cabbage covered in a whole bunch of mayonnaise. So when you eat at McDonald's or places like that, You're pretty much not getting any fiber, and it's going to show in your poop.
What about the chicken? What about
Look at this.
cheeseburger?
This is, guys,
Class
come on.
questions.
Here we got 2 types of family dinners. This one they got like turkey and vegetables and potatoes and all kinds of natural food. And this one, trust me, sodas and deep fried chicken. I mean, it tastes good. Of course it tastes good. That's why we want to go back for more and more and more. But there's nothing good in here for you. So if you like eating this kind of place, just remember you also need to eat the other foods because this is not going to give you nutrition. Think of it the same way you think of candy. It tastes good, you'll like it, but you got to eat other food to get your nutrition. This one is much better. Good choice.
I agree with Daniel.
Okay, exactly.
I agree with Daniel.
Oh,
Good choice, Vanya.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Especially with a
Yeah, but anytime you want to go out to a fast food place for a meal, just remember, that stuff you're putting in you, but you got to treat it the same way you treat candy and cake, because there's not really a lot of nutrition in it.
Is one fast food place better than another if we're going to choose to make a bad choice?
Well, I would generally, when I like to take Xander out, we usually like to go to Elevation Burger.
Yeah.
Because that's all organic, and and that's a whole other lecture. Or Joe's Burgers, or any of the places. Some of the stuff at Subway, especially if you load up on the veg. But
Meatball.
I'll tell you, grab me after the lecture and I'll tell you about that, because I had boys over for a pizza and milkshake dinner the other night, and it was very, very healthful, and they didn't know it, and they liked it. Okay,
Let's keep moving.
Okay, let's keep
Questions at the
moving.
end, guys.
Okay, we're going to talk a second about this guy, Morgan Spurlock, and I'm going to rush through this, but basically, Morgan Spurlock ate only McDonald's for 1 month. For 1 month, all he ate was McDonald's, and he almost died. When he started, he's a documentary maker, and it's in a film called Super Size Me, which is a really
McDonald's every day.
amazing film. All he ate, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, was McDonald's for 1 month. No one thought, well, after the lecture, Bonnie, I'll take questions.
I need a question about that song.
Okay, well, after the lecture, I'll take questions, because we're almost done. No one thought this would happen. That's what's so amazing, because when he started it, everyone's like, oh yeah, he'll gain a few pounds, whatever. 3/4 of the way through it, the doctor said if he finished the last week, he might die before he finished. They didn't, yeah. I mean, they did not think that he would actually live. And here's a picture of him. He's in a bathing suit, it's not his underwear. He gained, in 1 month, he gained 24.5 pounds. And, you guys are a little young to know about cholesterol and this and that, but just know, all his liver became a lump of butter. His liver became foie gras, literally. He had to go on an intense detox diet for months, a vegan detox, to undo the damage of that.
What's his name?
Morgan Spurlock.
Why did he do it?
He did it to see, in 2002, there were 2 girls separately who were suing McDonald's the same way people used to tobacco companies, because they were little girls like your age, or I think early teens, I forget how old they were when they started the lawsuit, and they were both really, really fat and really sick. And the reason they were fat and sick was they ate a lot of McDonald's. And they were suing McDonald's, and McDonald's said, our food is very good for people. It's very nutritious. It's very healthful. This would not impact anyone.
I disagree.
And, well, exactly. So Morgan Spurlock said, well, fine. If it's so good for you, then I can eat only McDonald's, and we'll see what happens. It's a wonderful movie that you guys should watch with your parents. But there is one part where he throws up a lot.
Oh.
They made them watch it in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've shown that movie many times, many times. So anyway, while he was at it, I emailed him and asked him. His poop was not good. It was not good. He went back and forth. Oh yeah. He's still making documentaries. He said he went back and forth between diarrhea and constipation. Didn't have one normal poop the whole time, and he farted a lot.
Like me. Like me.
Okay.
When was that?
So this was in 2002. He started. I think finished around 2006. Anyway, the next time you eat, think about what you're putting in your mouth. Think about what it's going to be doing inside your body and in the different parts of your body. Think about what this food is going to do for you. What are you going to get out of the food? What is it going to do for your body? And, you know, look at your poop. Yes? You know,
We'll
1
talk
second,
about that.
sweetie.
Let's let her finish.
So here, watch your dietary step. I got a picture of a rhino pooping and a guy about to step on poop. Oh, look better. Now, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to be here. If anyone has questions, I'm going to be here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dog poop.
All right, guys. What do we say?
What's that?